What's good, guys?
Go.
Yo, what up, bro?
What's good, dog?
Man, chilling, man. How you been?
Can't complain, man. Can't complain.
Oh,
Busy.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
How you doing?
What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you, everybody, for tuning in.
How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Ready to talk about this dank?
What we do is what we do.
Yeah.
So what's on your mind today?
So today I want to talk about prohibition in cannabis from the beginning to where we are now. And got a couple key points I'd like to hit and just see where your mind's at and what you think about it.
Yeah, man. As somebody who grew 18 years on the other side of the law, it's a subject I should have a little bit of perspective on, I think.
Say it again?
It's something I should have a little bit of perspective on at this
Oh,
point, I
yeah,
think.
most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. All
So
right.
this one thing that I hear a lot is even from people, that live in legal states. We live in a somewhat legal state now, is that we should have just left it illegal.
Left it illegal. What's your take on why?
Oh, I mean, there's 100 different reasons why. I don't necessarily ascribe to this belief system, but it's something that I've heard, I'm firmly of the belief that the fewer people that go to jail for weed, the better. Period.
Right.
Doesn't matter how we cut that up. The fewer people going to jail for fucking weed, the better.
Right.
No matter what. No ifs, ands, or buts.
For sure. So here I'll start it up. So I guess we'll take it back to when cannabis was first made illegal in the United States. So in 1937 they came out. Well, I lied. I want to start in 1936. In 1936 there was a movie released called Reefer Madness. Reefer Madness, in my opinion, was a bunch of racist xenophobia, propaganda.
Prohibition was racist.
Yeah,
Like
for
the
sure.
essence of prohibition was essentially in its very beginnings to essentially shit on black and brown people. There's no two ways about it. It was an easy way to say these people aren't like us. They're doing this crazy drug that we don't understand.
Exactly.
And that's where a lot of that hysteria started.
Yeah, man. I found out today doing research so we all back in the early 90s, late 2000s, we called our cannabis or our weed killer, right? So that was a term used back in the day, and they used to call it killer weed. So that was a term that they used to what's the word I'm looking for? To demonize and
Stigmatized, yeah.
right, and stigmatize cannabis. Yeah. So
Yeah.
once that movie released, man, propaganda started pushing, politicals start pushing, and in 1937 they enacted the Marijuana Tax Act, which officially banned cannabis in the United States. Weird thing is that there's been studies since the early, I want to say 19th century. There was a guy in India that
So
did a
much
study.
older than that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that did a study on the effects of cannabis extracts and how it affected cholera. Cholera was very prevalent back in those days, right? Because of the unsanitary type of water, right? People were drinking water, catching cholera. Well, they said that some of the symptoms that it did was relieve some of the stomach and indigestion pains that the patients were experiencing. And so, in my opinion, cannabis has been documented throughout the ages, bro. And Big Farm, whoever the powers may be, just won't take a release on it, man.
Thousands of years of documented use. So we can go as far back to very early China. We generally know that weed, cannabis sativa as we know it, the cannabis plant in general, hemp, started in China, right? And we have back to, oh man, the wife's telling me my reception's screwed up again.
Yeah,
Hold
starting to get topic.
on one sec. Let me jump on my 5G and see if that fixes it. Anyway, but we can go back to, early China, to be honest with you. Is that any better?
Not at the moment.
Hold on one sec.
All right. Are you coming in clear now?
Okay, cool. So we can go back to ancient China, and it was used from, everything from nausea, to be fair, the same sort of shit we all use it for today.
Correct.
Everything from actual medicinal shit, right, to just, I need to forget about my fucked up day, and I need to feel a little bit better.
I need to feel better.
Right.
And that's when it becomes medicine, bro. Exactly. I love the way you put that. I want to feel better.
That's it. And that's the whole thing about when we get into cannabis as medicine, right? Because there is an aspect to cannabis, especially when you get into certain terpene profiles, that definitely help better with stuff like stomach ailments. We've seen exact plant profiles help for specific things. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just need to get high. Sometimes just being high and feeling better in a time where you maybe don't, whether you're, something's physically wrong with you or whether you're just stressed the fuck out.
Man.
And
I think all us users, medicators, whatever you want to call it, we've all had that day when we got off work and besides kissing our loved ones and saying our greetings, we couldn't wait to get to Mary. I don't like using the word Mary because that's part of the stigmatism, but we all could wait to get home to, our cannabis, right? So cannabis definitely, I believe, is a medicinal drug. And now, just like anything, bro, Tylenol, freaking acetaminophen, any type of drug can be taken over at an overdose, right, and overused and abused. So just like with anything, I think there's responsibilities with cannabis because, like Wiz Khalifa said, man, weed didn't make you lazy. You've been lazy.
No, that's true, man. And that's there is a little bit to be said about if it's your first time getting high, yeah, you're probably going to not move too quickly and you're probably going to be a little lazy.
Right.
But the truth is, people like me and you, who it's a daily and regular thing, it's not something that for me affects me as far as, perception-wise,
right,
like it did when I first started smoking weed. Like the first 6 months everybody starts smoking weed, it's a lot of like, holy shit, I'm just sitting here with faded look on my face and staring at the TV crazy. Like, but the truth is, stoners, I hate that term, but people who smoke weed regularly are absolutely not the stereotype. That's usually people who just started smoking weed. People like me that smoke my whole life, like weed is a regular part of my day, everything, everywhere. Like that's life.
Bro, I took a 8.5 year hiatus from smoking cannabis, bro, because I joined the military. So I totally get it, bro. I had to ease myself back into it. And I gotta admit, the cannabis that we use today is stronger than the cannabis that I was smoking 8 years ago. If you can find, depending on genetics, right? Everything's with genetics. But I digress. So let's get back to the topic. So
hey, hold on. My vid's still fucked up, dog.
Yeah, it's going in and out.
I'm just gonna start this over, bud.
Okay.
It's gonna be trash like it was last weekend. I'm not sure why, because like on the Wednesday, on the Friday Wednesday, it's perfect. Like,
here, let me see. Let me go off of Wi-Fi.
close the tent.
Wait, I don't have a tent, bro.
What are you sitting in front of? Oh, it's just the light.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Like last week you were in front of the tent. Is that any better?
No. What? It's no.
Let me try and just start a new. Let me just try and start a new video. I hate to do it, but it's gonna be trash. It's gonna be trash.
Okay.